Tell us about your new documentary, Daniel, and how soon we can get a copy of it. I'd love to sell it on DVD or Blu-ray once it comes out at my store, but I hope it goes in theaters first. Tell people the name. Tell us all about this incredible documentary on the Bilderberg Group that you produced.
Well, we're in a post-production now. The film comes out at the end of May, beginning of June. We've been at it for about 4 years. It's our production. We've done interviews in 11 countries, Canada, the United States, most of Europe. We've traveled up and down all over the place. The first producer of the documentary was actually wiped out economically. If you believe in conspiracy or coincidence theories, when 3 banks called in loans on the same day, and that's basically bankrupted him. So he actually.
And by the way, I separately know about this, not from you, but I know who the group was. Are we allowed to say who they were, or we shouldn't talk about it?
You can if you want. Exactly.
Was that the guys with the Halcyon group?
No. The Halcyon group. That's the major motion picture.
Yeah, that's the folks that made Terminator. That they also came after them and took them over to stop your film getting made, right?
Yeah, no, these are other people who are producing the documentary. These are other people in Spain, independent producers, people who.
So this has happened twice, then, if I'm correct.
This happened twice. Once with the major motion picture, and now with the documentary, which is why it took us a bit longer. But it's almost in the post-production stages. I tell you a little anecdote. I sent an email to Martin Wolf, the Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist with the Financial Times, and I asked him for an interview, and I got a reply, and of course we're going to put it in the documentary. He said in the email, "How dare you make a documentary about the Bilderberg Group?" So the documentary is coming out at the beginning of June, end of May. We're in the post-production, and we're very, very close to the finish line. We're going to be over that finish line, and the film is going to be out. Worldwide release. There's a lot of international large film festivals who are very interested. And also Bilderberg has become a household name. The book came out 10 years ago, and now everybody knows about it. And I think this is the time. It's the right time, socially speaking, with all the changes taking place in the world, that people think finally are ready to embrace this concept that you've been talking about for about over a decade. And, I've been talking about it for over a decade.
Well, you've got Nigel Farage in here. You've got just an amazing list of top people in your film. I cannot wait to see this. What's the name of the film?
It's called The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. It's based, obviously, on my book. It's actually the first documentary which is based on a book. Most documentaries, are not based on books. But this one is based on my book, The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. Again, it's going to be out in theaters end of May, beginning of June. And when it's out, needless to say, I'd be more than happy and pleased to go back on your show and talk about it.
Incredible. Well, I'm thinking about going to Austria. I'll just give them a heads up like I did in England. They had British intelligence domestically there waiting for me when I got off the plane to have a little talk with me, and then I had to meet with the local multi-county group. But they ended up being pretty nice and helping us out, and ended up not liking the Bilderberg Group too much. But I am going to give the Germans and the Austrians a heads up that I'm coming. I know it's 2 different countries, but the 2 work closely together. I wonder what reception I'll get in Austria. How do you expect them to treat the press, Daniel?
Not very well. It's if you're talking about jackboot, this is the epitome of jackboot. Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. I mean, you pretty much these are. If you want to talk about, Soviet Gulag, this is the European, German, Austrian, Swiss version of the Soviet Gulag, modified and needless to say.
Sure, well, you live over there, and you lived in Russia and Spain and everywhere else, and Canada, so I know you're internationally, traveled, so I don't know. I haven't been to Austria yet. I know it's kind of a paradox, though, because the British ended up really hating Bilderberg and agreeing with me, the police, off record. I mean, a bunch of them. And had police buying me beer and stuff when they would see me at the pub down the street getting dinner. So that was pretty amazing. And then when we had our reporters in Switzerland a few years ago, at first the police were real mean, but later they were escorting members of the local canton into the meeting, getting in the face of Bilderberg, and they panicked and had jet copters taking off at night, which I know you know about. So what do you make of kind of this awakening even by local government to Bilderberg?
Well, I can tell you that in 2011, Mario Borghesio was European parliamentarian. He was actually punched out by the Swiss police, and he spent a couple of nights in the hospital.
That's right, he's suing him.
Yeah, this is a member of the European Parliament, and I had to explain to Mario Borghesio. I said, Mario, Switzerland is not Europe. Switzerland is Switzerland. It's like another planet. It has nothing to do with Europe. So him coming in with his European member of the European Parliament pass makes absolutely no difference, because it's literally like walking into a closed-up gulag. And Austria, I fear, is going to be pretty much the same thing. It's a small country, it's a peep-squeak nation, and needless to say, they have unresolved childhood issues, which they haven't been able to deal with since the Hitlerite days.
Are you going to be there?
I'm certainly going to try. It all depends on the documentary. If it comes out, I may not be able to, maybe promoting the film, but if I'm not, I'm certainly going to be there. If you're interested, after the interview, I'm going to send you the documents I received from my sources. You're more than welcome to post them on your site, from the Ministry of the Interior of Austrian Secret Service, explaining about the Bilderberg community to the people in the ministry, so that they're aware which days they can and cannot take off, leaves of absence.
Incredible. Well, I can't wait to see your film. It just looks like a smash hit. And, Snowden's new film, Citizen 4, won an Oscar for Best Documentary. That's why they're so scared and said, how dare you? They know that you're really trying to make, full-budget, professional, powerful film. And I just can't wait to see you in the last 4 years working on this to get this out. DanielEstelin.com.
You are watching the best of The Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.